What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Futties Marquinhos. He is the next installment into the Futties collection, and he is coming in at a whopping 420,000 coins, pretty much across the board, with PC being that little bit higher at 500. Obviously, markets are a little bit different, but we have got 3 SBCs to do again. We will be covering them at the end, so if you want to like and subscribe whilst you're here, absolutely fantastic, and we will obviously go through all of the initial details at the very end in the overall. Looking at Marquinhos, he's had a few versions this year. He's already actually had a CDM version with his freeze card, which is only an 87, so obviously it's had a +7 upgrade from that version, and his highest rated card is a centre-back team of the season 93, and he did start off at a gold rare centre-back at 85. Obviously with a huge pace increase from his 85, and in terms of the stat upgrade, we will take that off on the foot bin. So what he's had is a 6 pace, 36 shooting, 10 passing, 11 dribbling, +1 defending, and then he's also had +3 on his physical from his team of the season version. So obviously the biggest upgrade is that shooting, which again with Marquinhos, I don't really necessarily need. He also has gone from a 3-star to a 4-4, which is always fantastic. That is a nice little upgrade from the card, and the stats look fantastic. The chemistry style you're going to be going for is the engine. It gives him 97 pace, 96 passing, and 98 dribbling, as everything else is pretty nice. He has got leadership and long throw as his 2 traits. The dribbling looks absolutely fantastic, so I'm hoping that is very, very nice. I did like his team of the season centre-back card, and I do think as a kind of CDM, it works really well, especially now with Militao and obviously the showdown Thiago Silva. It's a nice little trio in defence there, alongside Telles as Futties, Bernard, Allen, and then obviously Bruno Perez as that, and you could have like Vinicius on the right-hand side. So let's jump into Marquinhos and see, is he worth all them coins? The big thing for me is obviously the fact that they have brought out so many Brazilians. We've had 4 in the past couple of days, and it just strikes me that Weekend League next week is going to be Brazil focused. Great interception already. 1 minute into the game is absolutely brilliant, but it does scream that this is going to be a requirement for next week. Obviously, La Liga we've had this time round, and I think Brazil is going to be next just purely from the fact they've given you options of some really high rated cards. So for me, it just screams that that's going to be the next kind of Weekend League requirement, so hopefully we do find that. It's not a bad shot, trying to go for it, but obviously I would be looking to take advantage of that by either getting the players that you have already together, or obviously going out and buying somebody before the market does start to go a bit wappy with them, as we saw a little bit of an upgrade with some of the La Liga players. Nothing absolutely massive, but you don't want to be overspending and then obviously losing out on that value. Marquinhos, I'm expecting to be a very, very good passer of the ball. Someone who's going to bring the ball forward, obviously having that physicality, that defensive work as well. I'm expecting him to be really, really solid on the play, and obviously his strength, his kind of physicality on the ball should be quite nice as well. So that's going to be an interesting one to see how that goes. Obviously, I've enjoyed a lot of his versions, to be honest. I think any with very little pace has been a little bit of a struggle this year. Obviously, as we get further into the game, pace becomes more and more of a thing, as obviously pretty much most players now, especially in the 90s plus, have an extraordinary amount of pace. So the big pace increase is going to be huge for him, especially obviously kind of like if you're not using one of his main versions. As we see him through, he's going to set up Nikita. He's going to go for the little spin, and unfortunately not be able to do it. We do win the ball back, which is perfect. Lays it off. One more in. That's a good interception from Ruben. His tackling always has been kind of like the one of the better ones, and especially being a CDM, going from a centre-back to a CDM, you know that his defensive ability is going to be absolutely class. As we find the ball in, and Chilwell, path to glory, is going to come in and block that with his 97 rated, which is insane. The big thing as well is the Brazil team has just got even better with obviously him there. I'm not too sure on the DMs, to be honest. I know obviously we have got a Futties Allen, but other than that, I'm interested to see who we've actually got that we could use, because there is a lot of great, well, the defense is absolutely solid. Obviously goalkeeper can be Edison. We've got there's a great interception, just doesn't manage to capitalize on it. But then obviously we do have like the 99 Firmino, plus, and we're not even talking about half of the icons at the moment, because you've got the likes of R10, R9, you've obviously got Socrates, Rivaldo, still some very, very big icons that are not even in the discussion with a lot of these footy players coming out, a lot of the path to glories, obviously Neymar being 99 as well. You just can't argue with them sometimes. The pace increase as well is absolutely fantastic. I think that's one thing, like I've said in pretty much most of the videos where a player's had like a plus X amount pace, they've done it really well this year. I really can't grumble too much, and I know that was last year's really kind of big one, was the pace and the composure. That was always the big one, especially with the future stars, was always the big issue, and it just never really translated. Whereas this year, I think they've got him absolutely spot on with them upgrades, and they do actually feel a hell of a lot faster. Finding him in, goes with a little 1-2. Marquinhos absolutely on it. Ooh, Ferran gets it back. We do push it away, and then obviously Walker's there to get rid of the full danger. Oh, that's poor from myself. I let go. Great kind of jockeying from him. He does manage to get him, and I let go of the button, think he was going to catch him automatically there. Great tackle from Marquinhos. A little bit of a late commentary there, kind of just in the zone. Looking for the ball down wing there. Wanted straight to Rashford, but unfortunately didn't manage to find there. But we find him in the end. De Bruyne going for it. Get the ball back across, but unfortunately we have been given the offside call. I think the thing with me with Marquinhos at this point in the game is the fact we've had quite a few of the, not necessarily big SBCs, but bigger than what they have been. So, that's completely offside. But we've had a few bigger ones, maybe like 300-400k. And now we haven't got no upgrades. Definitely I would be saying we need upgrade packs first before really considering this one. Obviously as well, we've had an icon pack today. Again, the same format, which I think is just a coin sync. I really can't see that being all of the requirements, because 85, 6, 7 is just a little bit high at this point of the game. And I know they're trying to keep the kind of ratings or the fodder up, but I mean, it's not repeatable, so I don't think it would have too much effect. And obviously with all the special cards, it would be nice to kind of have it that little bit cheaper if we could. So obviously if anybody's done that, then you've just got to be wary that I feel like a lot of this is coin sinks, especially the icon being today, which we've never had the icon SBC in this format recently on obviously Saturday. We normally get it Sunday, I think Sunday or Monday, where we get our little individual one, but we have got probably, I would suggest, a repeatable coming soon, and I can imagine that one should be a little bit cheaper. So obviously this one is just to kind of get rid of that high rated fodder, so you can't do as many when it comes to that SBC. So Marquinhos, for me, again, you've got to be wary. Upgrade packs will be interesting to see which ones we get, but I think he is worth the upgrade if you have got him already, especially if you have got his freeze, then 100% I'd be looking at him. But I feel like there is a lot of CDMs out there that you can go for that are of the same sort of caliber. We find him again. We see a great ball in there for a towel. Takes the first touch, comes inside, gets that left foot finesse, and that's a great save again. Oh, he finds it. That's a stunning ball off a very, very quick pass. He's going to find it again, a little 1-2. He is the link-up play master. So we go for the finesse, and the AI block is there once more. And again, once more, again, not the greatest shooting against this guy. His defending is very, very on point, really. Marquinhos quelling some danger, taking the pressure off, obviously making it a bit harder for Mbappe to get through, and that is an absolutely stunning ball into Nikita, who's going to try and wrestle with Virgil, but it's not happening, unfortunately, today. Marquinhos, again, look, it's a bit too far. Went over, hit it, but he has the capability of them balls, and that's, I think, a big win in my book from him, is his passing is absolutely sublime if you can get the right touch on. Great interception from him. Not really the juggler of the ball, but again, tackling is in his forte, just genuinely. So any sort of tackles, I can probably be very confident that he is going to make the right move and make that tackle in there. That's not the ball I wanted. He has left it, but it's not changed player, which is unfortunate. So going into the overall for Marquinhos then, absolutely fantastic player. Again, he is a good player. The SBC is a little bit expensive. Whether I'd be looking at 450 right now would be interesting, but we'll have a look at Brazilian CDMs and also Ligue 1 CDMs to see what sort of caliber he puts himself in. Obviously it's an 84, one team of the season or in-form PSG player, 80 chem, which is quite high. Obviously 86, 65 chem, again one inform or team of the season with a Ligue 1, and then we have one inform team of the season, Brazilian 87 with just 50 chem. Again, it's not the worst requirements. I do think this one's a little bit tougher with obviously the team of the season and inform in there as well, but again it is doable. We then have obviously the chem style engine just to max out as much as it can with obviously dribbling, pace and passing. His defending and physical does not need an upgrade. Shooting wise you could, but I wouldn't really see the point. He is more defensive, pushing up as an assister rather than someone who's going to be banging some from obviously in the box. He's mainly going to be heading. Maybe it trickles into the box every now and then, but it's going to be very rare that you need that. You obviously can go with the anchor if you really wanted to as well. You wanted to 99 that pretty much both physicality and defending. You'd obviously get a 99 CDM in-game stats. Engine you get 97, 97, 96. Anchor you get 99, 96, 94. So again, it depends on what you want. I think just the extra engine just kind of like seals everything off. You've already got pretty much top stats here. I don't think they need upgrading personally. In terms of Brazilian midfielders then, what have we got to deal with then? Let's have a look. So we have got Neymar obviously, Ronaldinho, Pele, Casemiro, obviously Marquinhos is way better. Alan is more of a CM more than anything, but you can kind of use him very similar as more of a DM. And then other than that, I think he's not really got much competition at all in terms of CDM. He is by far the better Brazilian player in that defensive midfield. We'll have a look at Ligue 1 quickly. So we've got Atal, who's obviously just box to box all day long. Camavinga wasn't bad, but I think he's maybe kind of out of luck now. So again, I think predominantly for a CDM, so not someone who's box to box or someone who is a cam, as just a CDM, he is the better option by a landslide. So if you've got a Ligue 1 squad or obviously a Brazilian squad, get this guy in your team. We've had Bernard, we've had Alan, now we've got Marquinhos, and then obviously a lot of players who else we've got as well coming in from Summer Heat, from Summer Stars, and obviously Path to Glory. So some very good Brazilians, and I think most definitely he is worth the coins. It's whether you want to spend the coins. It's a lot of coins at this point in the game where maybe you wait, you hold out and see what comes out over the next couple of days, or obviously you full send it into this one. 3 SBCs. I think they could have been better requirements, like I said. Maybe less chem, doesn't need an informal team of the season, but there's always a reason. There's always a reason in terms of market control and all of that, or market control to an extent. It's literally just how it works, supply and demand. It's a very basic business kind of model to work on. But I think most definitely his stats are up there, very up there. In terms of DMs in general though, I feel like he's probably one of, if not the better one that you can go with. Obviously, we have Hullet, Vieira as the icons. We know them standard. In terms of DMs, and Acuna apparently is incredible. So again, Acuna, Verratti, and then maybe I can't think of the other player, but another good player in the midfield. I can't remember who it is, but it is, I'm pretty sure, at that sort of level that you could obviously go for as well. For me, I just think in general, he's a very good player. He works well, he has the ball at his feet constantly, and he doesn't lose it very often as well. Passing's exquisite, he's got great composure. Overall, just a fantastic card. Personally, if I was you, I'd be waiting for tomorrow for the upgrade packs and really just seeing what you want, because icon player picks or packs will be out very soon. I guarantee it, in terms of kind of maybe repeatable or just another one. It's just weird that they've brought one on today, where we've never had in this format in the past few months had an icon pack come out on a Saturday. So for me, it just speaks volumes that there more than likely will be a repeatable one very soon. Overall wise, I'm giving him a solid 10. I think he didn't put a foot wrong. Yes, I still think he may feel a little bit stiff on the ball with his animations, but in terms of kind of everything else, he is absolutely stunning. A great upgrade to his 4-star instead of 3. Obviously, trait wise, as we hit the mic, leadership, long throwing, Maybe would like to see something else, but again, I don't particularly know what a massive deal the defensive traits actually do. So like I said, 10 out of 10. I think he's a wonderful card. The only thing you've got to think of is A, does he fit in the team or bench? B, have you got the coins to realistically to do it? Have you got anybody in your club that you could do the SBC with? You want to make it as cheap as possible, just in case they do bring somebody better out. That will be a very interesting one anyway. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, as well as like and subscribe. And I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.